What's good, y'all? It's the very first episode of the Cult Language Book Club. I am Rome Jones, author of Cult Language. Yes, that's why you're here today. I am a former Jehovah's Witnesses, XJW, whatever you want to call it. I'm an XJW activist, mental health advocate, as well as a life transition advocate. So all things XJW, I'm pretty all about.
The Varius.
During these episodes, and really what the plan is for all of this is to dive deep into the book of Cult Language and understanding the characters, all 5 characters that really make up this story, right? I wanted to kind of start off the book club by getting into a little bit of myself, right? And kind of telling the story of what really got me to this point to want to write something about my time as a Jehovah's Witness and what kind of led to all of it, right? So first off, for myself, I grew up as a Jehovah's Witness for 19 years, hence why there's 19 chapters in the book of Cult Language to represent all of my years that I spent as a Jehovah's Witness. And really, we dive into the story mostly because I just wanted to tell a really relatable story. As an author, I never wanted to aspire to be an author at all. I wasn't even a really major book reader, in my younger years. And when I started writing, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna write about my time as a witness, right? My life story, essentially, right? So the first chapter kind of dives a little bit deep into some of my experiences and just some of the things that I recollected as a Jehovah's Witness. So you'll get that feel. But as I kept going, like right around chapter 3, I'm like, man, like I got a pretty good story here. You know what I'm saying? And I just kind of kept going from there. And once I reached chapter 8, which is one of my favorites, that's when I knew I was like, I got to finish this thing. I got to finish this. This has to be sought through. So I went ahead and took the rest of my time all the way from the late 2020 up until late 2022. So about 2 years it took me to write it. And yeah, the rest is history, man. You'll notice that on the first page of the book, it says for Roni. And that Roni is my father who passed in February of this year of 2023. And he didn't get a chance to kind of see me get this book out and finish it. He knew I was writing it. He knew he was proud of me leading all the way up to it, but he didn't get a chance to actually see it to fruition. So I definitely wanted to dedicate that to Pops on that one. But my father didn't grow up as a Jehovah's Witness. When I grew up, he was totally against it. You'll get the remnants of that story throughout the book here, but you'll find that Cult Language is really all about all the stories of witness youth throughout the years. It's a combination. It's not just my life story. It is a relatable story that is realistic fiction. And it is something that I think everyone that grew up as a Jehovah's Witness will be able to relate to, will be able to appreciate, because nobody's told our story specifically. I don't use the term Jehovah's Witnesses throughout the book, and that is mostly because of copyright, legalities, things of that sort. But plus I wanted to, like I say, just tell a different story and kind of put a little spin on it, and to where only really we would know if you really are in a part of it, but other religions and other cult members and so forth that are out there will be able to relate to it because of the control, because of the manipulation and everything that goes into it. I just think that kind of going in that route of selecting a name like God's Begotten was something that kind of summarize all religions, right? Because at the end of the day, every religion, every cult, not even to put religion and cults in the same respect, but they kind of go hand in hand sometimes. But any religion or cult, those people feel like they are God's begotten people. And I think that in this story, God's begotten, this religious group, kind of encompasses all of them in a sense, right? Even though it's coming from my experience as a Jehovah's Witness. So you'll notice a lot of the language, hence cult language, is going to be very familiar for some of those witnesses out there. And I hope you enjoy. Throughout the book club, we're gonna do character breakdowns. We're gonna go deep into these characters and have you all understand just exactly who these people are and why they make the decisions that they do. So if you haven't yet, go ahead, grab it off of Amazon. The book is available on Amazon for purchase for the hardback. If you are a more audio listener, you're more about those audio books and so forth, we do have an audio version available on the Varius.com. That is TheVarius.com, and you can be able to listen in there. But hey, for all those who want to just tune in and kind of just pick up the story from there, that's cool too. It might be a little spoiler alert, out there that I might want to put every once in a while just to make sure that I'm not messing it up for everybody. But I'm just looking forward to everybody's feedback. We'll have guests on to be able to kind of talk through some of the chapters and some of the characters. So really looking forward to it. Looking forward to the feedback, the dialogue, the engagement. Make sure you leave your comments down at the bottom here. And just hit me up, man. I'm writing the second book right now, so I would love some thoughts, and some feedback around, what you would like to see the characters end up as, and so forth. Like I said, I'm working on part 2 right now. It's already been outlined, so I already kind of know how it's going to play out. But, let's see what happens, y'all. So I appreciate you. Big thanks to the Varius for the constant support and the production. And folks, please hit us up on IG _ the Varius or at Romy Did It. That's ROMEYDIDIT. And I'll see you on the next go around. Later.
The Various.